say that it feels right.
What's up, trainers? Today we're going to focus on Houndoom's grid, and these are going to be builds that you could use for Mewtwo'S comeback. So Mewtwo's going to be released on, or he's coming back on Friday, and you know, they're also releasing 2 new grids. One of them is going to be Houndoom, and Houndoom is an immediate counter to Mewtwo. So in this video I'm going to show you 2 builds, and I'll go over a little of what you have to do, because there's with one of the builds, there's a little bit of setting up before you get to use Houndoom. But here we go. The first build is going to be Bite. It's going to be a toxic Bite. So we're going to first take the center stats, as they take no energy at all. Then after that, you want to navigate to the top left quadrant. Take this first Bite, and after that we're obviously going to take the Bite Toxic chance, which has a 40% chance of poisoning your enemies. So that's pretty good. You're going to poison Mewtwo, everything, or I'm pretty sure Mewtwo's team's going to have something to heal status condition, so you're going to have to keep poisoning them or knock the side Pokemons first. But this is pretty good. A Bite Toxic, you have a 40% chance of poisoning Mewtwo. So what's the next step? We're actually going to take a Bite Aggravate, which adds a 10% chance to the flinching. So Houndoom already starts with a 30% chance of flinching, plus the Aggravate, you get a 40% chance of flinching your opponents. And these do stack. Poison, flinch are going to stack. So after that, we're going to take these 2 yellow tiles, Dirty Fighting 5, which powers up your moves when your enemy's affected by a status condition, also known as poison. So this is so good right here. Like, this is gonna multiply your damage by a factor of 1.5. so that's pretty good. Like, and so is this one as well. Foul Fighting powers up the moves when the target's flinching. So like I said, poison and flinching are going to stack. So what these 2 tiles are gonna do is multiply by a factor of 1.5 each. So you're doing an insane amount of damage already, just biting. So after this, you can pretty much go for, you know, branch off to wherever you would like, but I would recommend just power up Bite. You're already invested in it, and you won't have that much energy for anything else. But there we go. Let's see. I wouldn't recommend any sync power-ups, simply because once you use that sync move, you're gonna lose Bite, and then you're gonna have a Dark Pulse. So, you know, it's completely up to you. Maybe you do want to, but just saying, you're gonna lose a lot of energy right here that you invested in. So, you know, you could possibly use it when Mewtwo's like almost down and just knock him out. I mean, that's why we have 7 energy left. So I didn't realize that. Okay, anyways, let's use that up real quick. How I would invest it would possibly be to put into Snarl. Since I'm not going to sync, I'm not going to bother with Dark Pulse. So this is one build you can do. You can obviously do some more speed, which I am. Speed. So yeah, any way works, but I'll possibly go with this one. Alright, so let's work on our second build. Alright, the next one we're going to work on is going to be Sync Nuke Dark Pulse build. So we're going to focus on damage, just huge damage. That's all we're going to focus on. And in order to do that, we're going to have to take the central stats first. So now you want to navigate towards the top quadrant. We're taking a speed tile, snarl, and this is where we take our first sync move power up, and that's pretty good. But what makes it really good is that we have to take attack tile, but we're taking the yellow tiles again to multiply that damage by a factor of 1.5 times 2, you know, so good. And also do notice that we're able to flinch Mewtwo, but we're not able to poison him with our current build right now. So this is where I was talking about, you're gonna have to start off with a different Pokemon first. So for example, I'm gonna start off with Crobat, poison Mewtwo, and then switch into Houndoom. And that's how you would set Houndoom up to do extreme amount of damage. So that's the idea behind having dirty fighting, which is pretty good. Now we have 28 energy left, and how I would invest is give more power to the Dark Pulse. We're going to use a sync. So this is our last sync move power up. We're taking an HP tile, speed tile, and lastly we're taking a Dark Pulse overpower, which if you read it, the more the opponent's special attack has been lowered, the more it powers up the move. So that's crazy. I don't know. This build just seems like is gonna give insane amount of damage to Mewtwo, because you got these two right here, sync move power up. You got the special attack lower, you know, right here. So I have no idea how much each special attack. You know, I don't know how much damage you're gonna gain from lowering his special attack, but yeah, you're just gonna be snarling. The only you know, bad side effect I see is Mewtwo obviously buffing up, because I remember the first time he buffed up like a +10 special attack, +10 every single stat. So I have a feeling he's gonna do the same thing here. So, but nonetheless, this is a pretty good build you could use for Mewtwo. And that about wraps it, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.